love when haters this real. DirtyHeelz, DirtyHeelz. Cue my music, keep these mooches in they fields.
Chill. Back with another one. Yes. It's your boy Kenneth Stone, aka Coffee Wednesday. I'm in the house with the good brother, the D.O.E. We got a special guest.
The voice of a generation. P.O.'s Arab. We all wrestling. We in a motherfucking building. Let's go support independent motherfucking wrestling. Let's go. Come on. Clap your hands, everybody. First off, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Music. We're on Pro Wrestling Tees. We're on Twitter. #DirtyHeelz, man. We got Coffee Wednesday in the building, but it's not about you. It's not about you, man. We got a special guest in the building, man. The owner, because you by far are the owner of We Are Wrestling. P.O.'s Arab, the voice of a generation. Let's go. Now, brother, drop some jewels, some knowledge. Tell them about you, man.
What up? So, yo, first off, DirtyHeelz, I gotta give y'all all the respect and all the love in the world. Y'all been riding with me for a while now. Y'all was with us down at BCW. Which check out, by the way, the interview y'all did with Mr. Anthony Cole for Queen of the North coming up in January.
Coming back, baby.
Right?
You coming back.
You know, I spent 4 beautiful years at BCW, and y'all was there for the whole ride for that. And now y'all riding with me at We Are Wrestling, and this is great, man. That debut show back in August was absolutely incredible. Mad emotional.
First of all, man, that's your first show and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? How does it feel to promote your own show, like right there, like your first show at that, man? First of all, shout out to my good brother over there, D-Vibe. You already know from the Fallout Shelter. But he wasn't there, but he was there representing us in spirit, and here we are together. So you already know on that, man. Tell us.
You know, it was weird because next year in 2022 will make 10 years that I've been involved in this business. Most people don't realize that. Like most people,
business like that.
Most people know me as a commentator, you know, especially from BCW over the last 4 years.
Bad boy, baby.
But prior to that, I was working for companies like Five Borough Wrestling out in Brooklyn.
Oh my God.
I was working for FWE way back in the day, back in Queens. You know, I was working for a lot of different companies around the New York, New Jersey area, doing small stuff. I started doing pre-show and post-show interviews for free for my friend's website at FWE. That's how I met AJ Pan. AJ Pan is the man who gave me my first open door to this business.
My man AJ, man.
And
that guy brilliant, man.
You know, brought me along there doing pre and post-show interviews. Then when FWE closed, you know, he got me, you know, some work at Five Borough and some other places doing photography. I went to Fighting Spirit Wrestling, FSW, down in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I need to go
right
there.
Down at the Ludus.
Check them out
back
on
in
YouTube.
the day.
Yeah, you
right?
know.
The original Valkyrie back in the day, the one and only all women's promotion in New York was Valkyrie. Back in the day, running out the Ludus. And I would go to those shows.
Now, brother. Now, we know. Now, you just gave all of that, man. Give the viewers out there one fun fact that they don't know about you, man.
I have done everything that there is to do on the non-wrestling side. Just about everything. I've never wrestled a match. I've trained, I've been in the ring, I've taken my bumps, stuff like that, but I've never wrestled. Things like that. But I've been a commentator, I've been a ring announcer, I've I haven't done referee yet. I would consider that in ring, right?
Okay.
So, but I've done just about everything from being a camera person, to being a ring announcer, to being a commentator, to being somebody who goes and the runner who goes and gets all the equipment from the ring right before the matches, stuff like that.
Jack of all trades.
Put it like this.
Here's
something that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
If you watch the Evolve 10th Anniversary Special,
talk about it,
on the WWE Network, the first ever independent show on the WWE Network.
Shout out to the on
in Philadelphia at the ECW Arena. I was the man ringing the bell for every match, right? I was ringing the bell for every match, and I was blessed for that because I had done a lot of work with Evolve and Shine here in New York. Every time we did a New York loop, I was working with Evolve and Shine.
Out there in Brooklyn, they did.
Yeah, out in Brooklyn, out in Queens, at LaBoom and stuff like that.
HOG, you already
know. Shine's still running down in Florida. Evolve obviously got bought out by the WWE.
Yeah.
But I was doing those loops with them. And when they had their 10th anniversary show in Philly, you know, I reached out to them and I said, listen, I know you probably got everybody in the world wanting to come out and get their shine on because y'all gonna be on the network. If y'all need me, I'm available. And they hit me up and it was like, yo, you've been part of the team for a while now. You coming down. And I drove down to Philly and I worked with them that whole night, and it was an incredible experience.
Now again, for some people that don't know who this man is right now, he doesn't have on his, he's not in character right now. But he is the voice of a generation, man. And brother, what's the inspiration, but even behind you even getting into the business? Feel me? So what's your inspiration behind wrestling? Your love for wrestling, like this whole driving force behind We Are Wrestling? Because again, December 10th. It's all a dream. We Are Wrestling, man. This is your second show, man. Back to back after the first, man. What's the driving force behind you, brother?
So the driving force, to go take it way back, for me getting into wrestling was my mom's.
Every mom.
My mom's a huge wrestling fan. And that's what got me into wrestling as a kid. And she actually is the driving force behind We Are Wrestling in more ways than one. 9 days before my first show, my mother passed away.
Wow.
My mom was 54 years old, and she died unexpectedly of a hemorrhagic stroke. And she had a bleed on the brain that they could not operate on, and she passed within 3 days. And she passed on August the 4th.
Well, Mama, he here shining on the DirtyHeelz.
Definitely here, Mama.
And so August the 13th was going to be starting something, and it was literally going to be canceled a week before the show. I was going to cancel the show, and everybody that was behind me, my whole supports team, all the wrestlers were like, listen, we're not going to blame you if you do, we with you no matter what. And it was really a lot of people who said, your mom's wanted you to do this, and I found out something that I didn't know, and that's why the show continued to happen. So I have a 3-year-old pit bull puppy, and it was my mom's love. It was her granddaughter, because I don't have any kids yet. So my mom was going to watch my puppy.
Hold on. Because he's going to tell you and the viewers out there.
If you ain't got none,
don't have none. You already know another one.
And so my mom was going to watch my dog that day. And so she was kind of disappointed that she couldn't go to the show because it was going to be my first produced show. And it broke my heart a bit, but I was like, you know what, we need somebody to watch the dog. It's a sacrifice. Don't worry, Mom. You're going to be there for the next one, whatever.
Right.
What I didn't know was that secretly my mom was working on me dropping off the dog and then her dropping it off at her neighbor's house, who my dog knew from when it was a puppy.
Mamas do whatever they can at times when they can.
And my mom was going to have her friend drive her to Jersey and pop up at the show without me knowing.
Wow.
And I found this out after she passed away because my neighbor, her neighbor, told me, your mom was actually planning to go to your show. Your mom know how much that show meant to you.
Wow.
And it was at that moment that I said, I can't cancel this show. Because she was going to do everything she could if she had not passed away to be there. And so we going to do it big, and we going to do it like that. First show was dedicated to her.
Shout out to Mom.
This whole company is dedicated to her.
So let's give a little background on you real quick, brother. Where you from, man? Please.
I'm born.
First of all, my son got on a Wu-Tang shirt. You already
well, not just any Wu-Tang shirt. Your sports show. Your sports show. Can't say can't say Bing Bong. We're not from New York, right?
Voice of the generation.
But your sports show. We got our new merch out, the Your Sports Show Wu-Tang shirt.
You already know.
Check us out on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, all that. But I was actually born in Queens, born in Elmhurst Hospital.
Where?
Born in Elmhurst Hospital in Queens. I lived in Astoria, Queens for like the first 2 years of my life. And then when my moms and pops divorced, my mom moved to the South Bronx. I grew up on Manor Avenue.
You don't sound like you from Astoria, brother.
I grew up on Manor Avenue from the age of 2 years old. I've lived in the South Bronx my whole life outside of when I went to college and recently when I moved to the North Bronx by Pelham Bay. But I lived right off Hunts Point, Longwood and Southern Boulevard, South BX all day,
That's
BX
me.
strong.
Hunts Point, hood bopper. You already
all day. So I grew up in the hood, my whole life.
Okay, man. Hold on a second.
Now, we got another special guest in the building, man. Mr. Black, Spat Kids, you already know.
Spat Kids on.
1/3. Well, he's 1/3 of Spat Kids and 1/3 of Jabba Tears, man. You already motherfucking building. He will be with us. He will be with us on December 10th at We Are Wrestling. It was all a dream. Yep. First of all,
the name.
The inspiration behind the name.
Yeah, so the first show was Want to Be Starting Something, obviously. Mike J there. And Biggie over here when it was all a dream. Originally, my idea was to, I always wanted to use song titles.
Okay.
But I wanted to use song titles that had like numerical order attached to them.
Okay.
So Want to Be Starting Something is like, that's the first thing. We want to be starting it off. And I was thinking about what I could do with 2. And I was just like, man, there's some fire songs out there, but just none that fits what I want out of it.
Yeah.
And I started to think about this, and I'm like, yo, what is this? And I'm like, this whole company, this whole thing happening.
Yeah.
This literally is a dream come true. It's a dream turned into reality. And so I was like, you know what? It was all a dream. That's what fit. And that's why we got this one. There was a name that I was going with. Spoke about this last night at the Bob Culture podcast. Check them out as well.
Shout out to Bob.
We
love y'all.
And the idea was to use the show name It Takes Two, but we gonna save that, and I'm gonna tell you right now, in the future there will be a We Are Wrestling show called It Takes Two, and it will literally be a show dedicated to tag team wrestling.
Oh, I love it.
I love it, man. Shout him out, man. All right, Mr. Black, man, you just stepped in the building, man. For the people, before we get into these predictions for We Are Wrestling and all that, please drop your knowledge and let them know where they can find you at, man.
They can find me on Instagram at _ Mr. Black, 2 C's, BLACC.
You crib, homie? What's up? You crib out here?
Like 2 C's.
2 C's, better kids, man, with that.
Podcast. Yeah, pretty much that's it. On Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Please join the Facebook group, and please also join our other shows on the DirtyHeelz network. Your Sports, Your Talk,
the
Black Show, the Special Ed Kids, featuring my 2 guys over here. And yeah, we have a lot of stuff in store. A lot of stuff.
Alright, man.
So big shout out to DirtyHeelz podcast. They be out here every week. They be out here every week, and they be talking. They be talking about the stuff that a lot of people either don't talk about enough or ain't willing to talk about. And they out here spitting that truth. If you ain't catching it,
shout out to Wilkins Icebreakers, man.
Yo, and that panel that the DirtyHeelz put on alongside those wrestling girls and storyline tees back at Legends. If you ain't caught the audio of that, catch that. I was honored to be a part of that. A great, incredible panel moderated by Janelle from HR from the DirtyHeelz podcast.
Speaking of storyline tees. Speaking of storyline teams, please go check that episode out. Recently we just dropped.
Yeah, shout out to me.
And show this love. You already know storyline fly now.
Shout out to Pocket 2020 podcast.
You already know, man. We in the building. That's the culture, man. Shout out to the culture, man.
Yeah.
Now, before we get into these predictions, man, for We Are Wrestling, Pete, one last question for you.
All right, guys.
How does it feel, man? How does it feel, man?
Is it really the title?
Yeah, it really is.
Man?
I've been thinking about doing things. Obviously, I've always, when I got involved in creative and booking, thanks to BCW, that was
Mr. Cole and
really my first.
BJ and the family, Irvin Swerve, you already know.
That was my first foray. We had. I originally started with BCW as just a commentator. That's all I was. And there was some changes that happened backstage and things like that. And Mr. Cole needed some people to kind of take the reins. And I was just like, you know what? I'll come in, I'll do it, but I need people who have that experience. That's why we ended up bringing in AJ Penn. It came full circle for me because AJ gave me my first shot, and I knew that when I got this shot at doing creative, even though it was something I always wanted to do, that I always wanted to book and produce, I knew I needed somebody there with that experience that had done it before. And AJ had been a part of that backstage crew with FWE and doing other things. So I said, yo, Cole, we really should get this man to look at, bring him in, and we brought him aboard. And, between Mr. Cole, myself, AJ Penn, and a couple of other people as the company grew, we really started putting together the shows that you ended up starting to see with the Queen of the Norths and the Austin Theories and the AR Foxes and the Sue Youngs and all that, and building all that talent. So now, being able to do it myself is an incredible blessing.
It's a dream.
And I have a lot of people that are helping me with it backstage. I got a lot of love for my agents and my producers who are helping me put this together.
Look at you, man.
AJ's back on. AJ's back on board. But I gotta be real honest. The biggest shout out, and 2 of them are here, in the DirtyHeelz and in the DirtyHeelz podcast. The biggest support goes to all of the sponsors who make this happen. Because I'm gonna be real with you, I ain't got bags of money hiding in my closet. I pay a rent just like everybody else. The rent too damn high, right? I'm literally doing this. People don't know this. Bo, I shocked you when I told you this. Yo, my day job, I'm a middle school teacher, man.
Shock the shit out of you.
I teach math.
Oh, tell them what kind of school you teach at, brother.
I teach at a school right here in Harlem. Washington Heights, Harlem. At a charter school, teaching middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Capitalist. Capitalist. That
6th, 7th, and 8th grade. But for me, I don't have the financial means to necessarily be doing this all the time. That's why we run it every 3-4 months right now, and it really would not be possible without the donations that our sponsors put in. DirtyHeelz podcast, been with us, DirtyHeelz, people like. People like Henny Wrestling.
Shout out to Henny Wrestling.
G'd Up Gentlemen coming in. Mesa Media coming in for this show. The Cut Pro Wrestling podcast. And there's so many more, and I know I'm missing out on a couple right now.
I have to act up there.
If it wasn't for our sponsors who helped put this together, a lot of our shows would not be happening, and it's a blessing for them. And my partner Donovan Washington, who helps me out a lot as well.
Now, before we get into this, because I know I keep on saying before we get into this, for anybody that's trying to live your life, walk your shoes, trying to do what you're trying to do, what advice do you have for them, my brother, please?
Have a good team, man. Have a good team. Have people who believe in you. Understand that in this business, especially in wrestling, you're going to lose a lot of money before you start making some money. You're going to lose a lot of money before you making some money because, you got two options. You can put together a show where your budget is low and your budget is controlled, and
shout out to Social Security, man.
Yeah, and you're still gonna be. At the end of the day, you gotta hope that the crowd comes through. I'm gonna tell someone. This is my biggest tip, honestly. Social media does not sell wrestling tickets.
No, it doesn't.
It is your biggest form of promotion. It is your biggest form of reaching people.
Yes.
And thankfully, with platforms like IWTV and Title Match Wrestling Network, which you can find. We are wrestling on the Title Match Wrestling Network. Thanks to places like them, we can live stream, we can put our shows up on demand and make that revenue. But at the end of the day, I'm very much an old school promoter. Old school promoter works. Go to shows, hand out flyers, stand outside of the arenas when the big shows come to town. Put up posters in the neighborhoods that you're running in. At the end of the day, it's about boots to the ground, and you gotta make connections. That's how you're gonna sell your shows, and you're gonna lose money before you make it, but you gotta be willing to make that sacrifice and push through.
You're better than Khaled, man. He only gives us another one. You gave us more, man.
I like that.
I like that. That'd be fucking
shout out to the
man.
governor over there.
You said it. Thank you. I love it. You already know. Now, let's get into this.
People's strands over there. Coffee.
Oh, I love it. If you seeing this,
I don't know which guy anymore.
If you seeing this, I'm gonna let you know right now. Tickets will be on sale.
Let's go.
Until Friday afternoon. The VIP tickets will be over by the time this goes up.
Sure.
VIP tickets.
And that's tomorrow, man.
Yeah. VIP tickets. Yeah. VIP tickets will end at midnight tonight. So if you're watching this, VIP ticket sales are already over. Right? But you can't get your general admission tickets. You can't get your front row tickets. I'm gonna let you know right now. Get them before you come to the building. Because if you do that, it's gonna be cheaper for you. When you come to the door, prices will increase. All the VIPs and all the sponsors, y'all can even talk to this because y'all got them at the last show. All the sponsors and all the front row VIPs will receive a fully signed event poster. Black, you got one at the last show. Those are beautiful.
Where was yours, Bob?
A fully signed event poster. And if you do want to buy one, there will be ones on sale at the event.
Ain't no more.
There will be ones on sale at the event.
It ain't no more.
Fully signed event, and you've seen the poster.
I got it already.
The poster, beautiful for this one.
I'm gonna say this, like the one thing I realize about a lot of people don't realize there's a lot of job in wrestling. Everybody can eat. You understand? So everybody that was complaining that, I want to get a wrestling just to be a wrestler. No, we need reps. We need guys to take photographs.
We need backbones.
Yes, we need people who's good at social media. We need people who's functioning in the real world. Because at the end of the day, wrestling is just a high-profile job that everybody knows about. It's still
if you didn't have the outside world, you wouldn't have the
exactly. So to everybody who just think that I can just be a fan, no, come to the show. Tweet everything like that. Be proactive because everybody matters. one hand watch the other, they both watch the face.
Yep.
So if everybody was coming as fans though, so bring cameras, everything, because we need that.
We need that.
this,
Support
man.
is free, man.
That's right. And then the biggest thing you can do for anything, whether it be a podcast, a wrestling promotion, your favorite wrestler, anything, is support. Get their names out there.
Yeah, support.
All right, man, let's get into this first match real quick. Now, before we get into this, as you can see, we got this beauty behind us, man. The return of the DirtyHeelz 365 low down and dirty motherfucking champion, man. You already know this is our first logo, man. Of course, we have to bring it out of the title, man. You already know, respect and kick on deck, man. We looking for a champion. You already know we will be there. All right, you already know. Again, shout out to all the sponsors who's taking place and who's a part of this, man. Let's get to this first 6-man.
I'm talking about low down and nasty and dirty and all that. Y'all picked two of the most nastiest and in the most respectful way.
You know
people
what's
to
crazy?
sponsor for this show.
It's
like y'all went hard on the. You was like, yo, we want that one and we want that one.
It's
Talk
like,
on it though.
Dan Matt, I had beef with him.
Don't say that out loud. Don't say that out
Beef
loud.
with that, I got beef with him.
Don't say that out loud.
Nah, this is my guy. But like, back in the day, what is it, BWF days,
Shout out to
man.
Bronco.
Like,
Wow, BWF.
he cut a promo.
And looked at you?
No,
Yeah,
man.
it was a co- it
He
was
might
a
as
promo
well
he
had
cut.
looked at me. Cause the promo he cut, man.
It was
cut
kind
me
of
deep.
promo like against this man who he will be facing. It was all
Anthony
a dream.
Nah, man.
He ain't fighting Gamble.
He's not.
Not fighting Gamble.
No.
Who Matt got, bro?
Dan Math is fighting O'Shea Edwards. Now you know
Shit.
I'm a big fan. Look, I'm a big fan of O'Shea.
I hate that nigga.
I'm a big
I hate
fan
O'Shea.
of that guy. I'm a big fan of that guy. No, you
Mr.
and
Black-
him got
Mr. Black got
beef.
beef.
You and him got beef.
Mr. Black got-
I can hold you, man.
He
I
got
can hold
beef,
you.
me.
So we might. So what I'm hearing is we might have two dead sponsors at the show.
yeah.
One from Dan Bob and one from O'Shea.
That's how it's going.
Coming for you, man.
He's our guy, man. He's our guy.
Just
man.
know I'm still coming for you.
Oh man, he's gonna probably turn his head when he sees
Oh
him,
man, like I didn't say that. I didn't say
Nah, you have to
that.
say
Nah,
that.
he's a great guy, man. I love him, man. I love him.
Now,
I love that guy.
Your thoughts
man.
on that match, man? These are predictions right now, man. Who you got, man? Black, we're gonna start with you, my brother.
Even though how much I got beef with this man,
Mm.
beef. But O'Shea Edwards, like,
No
that's a real
barbecue.
monster right there. That's a woof. Man, son,
Same
y'all
time.
barely beat him, dog.
And you love
barely.
that.
Yeah.
Barely.
You gotta give him your powers.
Come on, like, you know, like, you're angry with the whole Ring of Honor situation, so the next man might get killed. So I'm going to O'Shea.
Well, he ain't telepromotion, so they won't eat forever,
You
man.
got beef.
You know,
The 4-7 generation.
it's tough to pick. You know, putting this match together was insane. True story behind this match. The original match was supposed to be Dan Ma versus John Davis.
Ooh.
And John Davis, unfortunately, was dealing with a knee injury and decided that, you know what, he was going to follow doctor's orders and rest up on that knee.
Smart.
And you know what? Cool. And it was actually Davis who kind of dropped the hint to me. He's like, you know, if you want to stay in the vein of this, you know, two big men just tearing the house down, why don't you give O'Shea a call? And I was just like, you know what? And full transparency, O'Shea's in my book to be on We Are Wrestling at some point in the future when we was planning stuff. And I took a shot, man. I was like, you know, O'Shea, I know you got Final Battle the next day. I know you got Ring of Honor the next day, man. I can understand if you say no because Ring of Honor Final Battle, that's a big night. You know, so I can understand if you say no, but do you think you come up to Jersey on Friday night and fight Dan Moff? And O'Shea messaged me back. He's like, you should have just led with Dan Moff. Let's do this.
Yes.
I love
So
it.
we got a war. We're gonna have two dead bodies in
You know,
there.
and if you saw the promo,
Yes.
you know, now Moff's made a few words, but O'Shea said what he had to say. And I ain't heard not a lot of people talk that shit to Dan Moff.
Nah, nobody.
The way that O'Shea
I've
talked
never
that
heard
shit in that
nobody.
promo.
O'Shea's
So
serious.
So it's tough. I don't know who to pick, honestly. I'm gonna give a little bit of an edge to Moff because the man is a New York, New Jersey legend.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be real hard to put Dan Moff down in Jersey.
So, you know, I gotta go Dan. ASAP because we sponsor him. We go back with him.
Right.
To the BWF days,
You
man.
already
Day
know.
one, man. We've been fans of him for a long time. Big man, you know, he talks his shit to me. He puts niggas down. I see him put niggas through tables. I see some shit. So I gotta go down, man.
You already know I'm a dirty hill. I love all the bad niggas, man. I love O'Shea. I love him. But math, I had to get this chance, man. I had to get this chance, so I'm going math, man. Let's get into this next match. You already know we got big game. Leroy versus my man Saeed. Ooh, Saeed.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one. Saeed don't play that.
Saeed,
That's my guy. That's my Haitian brother right there.
You know, Black, you was there on the first show. You saw Saeed and Matt Cross.
Yeah.
And that was fire.
Oof. Saeed's a different breed. That's a video game character right there. Now, when you're making video game characters in video game, you make Saeed. That's the first guy you make.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like you see his. Woo!
Now, speaking of video games, we got big game Leroy. All right.
That's a different breed right there too.
Hold
man.
on.
I love him,
Not
man.
only is a belt on the line.
Yes. So this match brought to us by the great people at Invictus
Cause
Wrestling.
I was going to ask you how the fuck you pulled that shit out.
Yeah,
man.
so I recently joined the Invictus Wrestling family and the team doing commentary for Invictus.
We will be there January 29th. Catch us
Yes.
Wait, that's Jersey, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
back in Richfield Park. I just did their last show, Overdrive. Made my debut on commentary for Invictus. Big shout out to that team. Thank you for bringing me aboard. And I got to, Leroy was on our first show. So Leroy, it's kind of like we always had these really interesting last minute changes. So the style scramble match on the last show originally was going to be Mike Law, Isaiah Wolf, Janai Kai, Bruno, and Rob Killjoy.
Ooh.
That was the original lineup for the scramble match.
Okay.
But then, as y'all know, a couple weeks before the show, the alternative Anthony Green came on board and said, "Yo, I want to wrestle on your first show. I want to put this show over." And I was like, "All right, man. You know what? Who do you want to fight? You can pick anybody you want."
Yeah.
And AG picked Killjoy. AG said, "You know what? I want Rob Killjoy."
Look, you gotta love an ugly duckling.
Yo, and that was
man.
an incredible matchup in on our show, which you can catch the entire show in that match on the Title Match Wrestling Network. Look it up right now. Want to be starting something? It was a banger of a match, and so Killjoy got pulled out of the scramble, and I needed to find somebody to fill that spot. And I went to an Invictus Wrestling show a couple of weeks before. Want to be starting something, and I saw Leroy. And I've known Leroy for a long time, and I said, "Yo,
I'm gonna do
what you doing that night?" And he's like, "Nothing." And I was like, "All right, you want in, you in." So Leroy took that spot and got the blessing from Rob to take that spot. So Leroy came in and Leroy won that style scramble match.
Yeah.
So I told Leroy, "Yo, you gonna come through? You on the second show? What match you want?" He's like, "You know what? If I still got this Invictus Social Media Championship, you think we could do something?" And I was like, "Let me talk to
And he
Invictus."
retained it.
And we spoke to Invictus, and it was like, "You know what? If he's still champion, come December the 10th, we will allow him to defend the championship on We Are Wrestling." And I said, I asked for one thing: let us pick the opponent.
Woo!
And they said, "No problem."
That's my boy Saeed.
And Leroy survived Danhausen,
Yeah.
and Leroy survived a triple threat match with Mr. Grimm and Pancakes.
Damn sure after that.
And he is still the social media champion, but I can't guarantee that he will still be the social media champion
Saeed.
after December 10th.
So we all agree.
So,
We
so,
all
wait, let's go down the line.
Let's
Let's go down the line.
Go ahead, man.
Who you got, Black?
They both my guys.
Yeah.
Like Big Game Leroy, like the first match I ever saw at Hog was with him, and I followed his
Same thing with me.
storyline. You feel me? Like,
Yo, support black wrestlers. Black wrestlers
Yeah,
raw,
right.
man.
right.
For the
And
culture.
Saeed, like that's my Haitian brother right there, man. Like he
Right.
gave us one of the best interviews we had, like on some real like. To me, Saeed's the Kanye West of indie wrestling.
Talk about
like
it.
you don't understand him until you understand him.
And trust me, man, I agree. That
Different breed. He thinks way different. He thinks way ahead.
Man, that man is everything you
So,
say he is.
oh man.
We're torn. We're all torn. Can't.
Alright, so this is gonna be a toss up for all of us then, right?
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Toss up
Now,
all of us.
speaking of scramble matches and all that shit, we got another scramble match. Of course, we're sponsoring not that match, but again, we already know Mr. Paid in Full. Shout out to Fallout Shelter, man. Go follow them. Go follow Real
Shout out to
Wrestling.
Fallout
Go follow Battle Club Pro, man. But in this match, man, we got Anthony Gamble, man. We got Jay Bougie in this shit, man. We got AJ. Well, hold on, my fault, man. We got Joey H, man. We got Gabby.
Champagne Poppy, Joey Ace.
That's my dude.
We got Gabby. We got
Gabby
Gabby
Ortiz,
Ortiz,
yep.
man. Fellas, now You know how much I love intergender matches and all that shit, man. So.
Oh, you forgot about Charlie Tiger. You forgot Charlie Tiger.
Shout out to Young, Dumb, and Broke. My bad, man. You already know. I'm in here zooming in. Yes, I'm using my notes. And then shout out to Young, Dumb, and Broke, man. Them guys, I love them dudes, man. Who y'all got, man? Come on, going down the line, Black.
I got Joey Yates, man. The Champagne Pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta go with my guy. Yeah.
You know, it's tough. Joey Yates got a lot on his plate right now. He just recently lost his Warriors Wrestling Championship. He just recently lost that against.
4th anniversary just happened. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Warriors Wrestling.
Yeah, just lost that. But there's something, you know what? There's something about Gabby Ortiz, man. There's something about Gabby Ortiz. If you was at our first show, Janai Kai put it down.
Yeah,
I love
Janai Kai knocked out, put the last shot on Bruno. And you know Bruno ain't nothing to be played with. And Janai Kai was the person who felled that big monster.
Right.
So there's something about Gabby Ortiz, just like there's something about Janai Kai. Don't sleep on Gabby.
Yep.
You know, she may be the smallest competitor in the match. She may be the woman in the match. But don't sleep on
That's
that
why I
girl.
love intergender matches, because females can do the same shit guys can do, man. First of all, if you wrestle, man, I'm a fan of you in general, man.
Yeah.
And all of our style scramble matches, I'm going to say this loud and proud, all of our style scramble matches will involve, at minimum, not just one, but at minimum one woman in every style scramble match that we have.
I'm gonna have to some eggs and bacon for that thing. I'm gonna have to some eggs and bacon, scramble, you know what I'm saying? You know, man.
I'm gonna mix this up, man.
What's up?
Just because, you know, we got this title and we really want to give it to somebody, man.
You see it?
So I'm gonna fuck this up. I know we sponsoring Gamble, but I'm gonna go Jay Bougie.
Going Jay.
Woo! Fuck this up, man.
Wow.
Fuck this up.
You sponsoring Gamble, and you ain't picking Gamble.
Wow.
I got.
That don't
Wow.
that don't add up.
You might be hot, man.
People usually say this to me, but yo,
That's starting now.
make that make sense.
I like. Hold on. I like Bougie. I like Bougie, man. But what the fuck are you doing?
I like Bougie, man. I'm about to go get the team on this one.
So he went against Math with me. He went against goddamn Gamble with me, man. What?
You know what it is? I gotta go against the grain sometimes. I am a heel, man. You know, everything that seemed right ain't always what it is. You know? So I got a little faith in this little young Harlem veteran. You know what I'm saying? Young Harlem Jr. But
I don't trust him. I don't
Gamble
trust
win,
him.
I still win. You know what I'm saying? If Jay Bougie win, I still win.
So we had your bets over here. That's what this is. We had your bets.
Please,
I'm just saying.
please, y'all.
Either way you put it.
If you don't want to see
I'm gonna
him,
win.
be available audio, music. Okay, please. If you don't want to see him, all right, you already know, fellas. Let's get into this match, man. And speaking of Rob Killjoy, that's my boy. That's our heart. You already know. He in this match with Casey Navarro, Smiley, and Brother Greatness. Now, first of all, I ain't seen Brother Greatness wrestle in goddamn years, so it was good to see him. Like going Rob all the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rob Killjoy.
Going Rob.
There's no
Nothing
question.
against KC or anybody in that shit.
Go Rob Killjoy.
Going Rob Kill.
Quack, 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 quack.
Nah, I gotta go with my son Casey Navarro. You know, that's my guy.
Yeah.
We got Smiley.
Yeah, that's
Actually, Smiley,
that's my whole thing. Like,
I like
so
Smiley,
when we put this together, let's be dead honest right now, right? Almost every indie show you've ever gone to, every show always got like some kind of triple threat, fatal four-way, scramble match, stuff like that, right?
It's so stellar.
So we came out here and we said, you know what? If we're gonna do scramble matches, ours gonna be a little different. If we're gonna do a four-way or a three-way match, it's gotta be different. And so I say, you know, if we're gonna put together a fatal four-way at We Are Wrestling, who we got that's just gonna break all the laws of physics? Who we got that's just gonna set the whole ring on fire? And I was like, definitely gotta be Killjoy.
Yeah, of course, I got.
Definitely gotta be Casey Navarro.
Yes.
Okay. Smiley is one of the most underrated, underrespected, undertalked about people on the indies.
Yes.
Right?
Say that on the
There's mad wrestlers on the low. You talk about like yo, Smiley.
Yeah.
But not many people know about Smiley.
He go.
Right?
Yeah.
Smiley can go, whether it's at House of Glory, whether
Yeah.
it's at Pro Wrestling Magic.
December 11th.
You know, that man can put in the work. And like you said, Brother Greatness, he be low sometimes. But that man can work.
He can work.
I seen him work.
So I've like lovingly titled this match the Show Your Ass match.
Yeah.
Because that's literally what all these four men are gonna do. They'll show their ass out in this match. But if I'm picking somebody, I'm picking Smiley, man. Because again, Smiley is innovative to the word innovative.
Yes. Church.
That man creates things out of nothing.
Yeah.
He does. I still go to Killjoy, man. I still got to pick Killjoy,
You
man.
can't go like either pick you can't go wrong with.
You can't. The reason why I go Killjoy is like Killjoy is one of those guys that he's never let me down, man.
Never.
Yeah.
Let me down.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. He's like my Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Let's get into another one. Man. And I'm torn behind this match right here. We got Chris Barton, man. The Beast versus Big Time what?
Yeah.
Come on, Black.
I can't.
Yo, throw your hands up, Black. Let's get it. We need your yaya powers, man. Yo, come on now. Come on.
That's my
pick,
guy,
man. I can't pick.
I'm staying out of this one, and here's why.
That's my guy.
This ain't a match. This ain't a match. This is a fight.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a fight.
The promos.
This is personal for both men.
Yes.
I was telling this story to Bob Coach, and I tell T.I. too. Full transparency, Chris Barton wanted to be on Wanna Be Starting Something. He hit us up at We Are Wrestling. He hit me up privately before anybody really knew that I was the man kind of running behind We Are Wrestling. He was like, yo, I want to fight Yaya. That's a match that need to happen. And I was like, yo, you know what? That's a dope idea. But the show already booked. We ain't got no spots. You know, I can't just be changing stuff.
But I'm
like
glad you're that kind of guy when you call people back, man.
Yeah. And so usually I don't really like when people do this, and I did it when Barton did it, but Barton bought himself a ticket.
Wow.
Showed up, sat in the crowd, had a ticket, paid for a ticket, showed up, and then attacked Yaya. And you saw the Larry he put on Yaya. I ain't seen nobody turn Yaya inside out like that.
That was crazy.
The second person did that was
O'Shea, right?
O'Shea, yeah.
And so he came out and he looked at me. He's like, "Yo, is this what I gotta do to get your attention?" And I'll be real honest.
Love that shit.
That's how you.
I'm gonna be real with you.
My man got off to that shit.
I came straight out and I told Barton after that show, that is not how you get my attention. That is not how you get on this show. We ain't doing that up in here. Right? That ain't work for other companies. That ain't working. You ain't gonna intimidate your way on my show.
Type shit.
That is until Do the Fight thing, Battle Club Pro.
We was there.
Chris Barton picks a fight with Yaya after the show.
Yeah.
You stirring the pot, man. You stirring the pot to this solo.
I was talking.
Yo, you just stirred it.
I was talking with Ref Steve.
You manifest this right
I was
here.
talking with Ref Steve off to the side.
Shout out to him.
And all of a sudden, Ref Steve blow off. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? And I see mad wrestlers and referees, students from the Fallout Shelter, everybody having to hold Barton back from Ya.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I spoke to Ya, and he dead told me straight out. He's like, yo, I ain't wrestling for you until you let me fight this man.
Oh my God.
Okay.
And at that point, I had no choice because Ya's a very valuable member of the We Are Wrestling.
So you didn't see that match in the beginning. You it's just the whole fact that.
No, I was interested in the match, but my issue was I didn't like the way Barton went about it.
Okay.
Right.
You
got to do business right, and I felt like he didn't do it right. But at this point, this ain't a fight. This is about this is man to man a fight.
Yeah.
Right. It's a difference. You came at me, you hit me from behind, y'all let it slide.
Yeah.
But now you coming at me, you calling me out, you disrespecting me.
Story there.
Yo, we all know. We all from the hood. You don't call me out and disrespect me and not expect me to respond.
Let's go, yeah.
Right? And so y'all straight up said it. I want this, before I do anything else for you, I want this man right here.
Gotta go, Barton.
So I have one question. Can we see Yaya hit the sky high on Chris Barton?
First of all, he's going to hit.
Can we see that happen though?
No.
Why are they not okay with though?
He's going to hit it. Like, I don't like I got to disrespect my nigga Yaya.
There we go, Yaya powers.
You have to understand, Yaya
powers.
is the Battle Club Icon champion.
Yeah.
This man is New York. Everywhere he goes,
You manifest shit like I do.
You have to understand. Chris Barton, I like him though, but
Cause Barton New York
he's strong,
man.
Yaya strong. Yaya strong.
I gotta go with Chris Barton, man.
So I think you mean the franchise championship because he ain't taking that title in Florida.
The you have to understand, he is the franchise.
Yeah.
Like, Joe Kim built a franchise on him.
Shout
See
out
what I
to the
did
twin
there?
Gemini.
Yeah,
I
I like it.
Listen, Mick Drake might have something to say about that right there.
But
But I'm gonna say it right now. Listen, I can't pick because this is a match.
It's gonna be a dog fight.
Barton's got legitimate beef, and Barton's got something to prove.
Yeah.
But y'all's coming at this
Yeah.
from the disrespect. Like, you disrespected me,
Yeah.
not once, but twice in front of my peoples. You came to two different shows and came at me.
I love it. That's your
Alright, we got
shit.
next.
Now, you got another one, man. We got Savannah Evans, man. Y'all ready for
Yes.
this one, man?
Oh,
Y'all
man.
ready versus Jordan Blade?
Woo!
You love it. You love yourself some
Damn.
Savannah Evans.
Yeah, what's that? What was it I said earlier? Black wrestling
It's a lot.
draws.
It's a lot of
Women's
culture on this.
wrestling
It's a lot of
draws.
minority.
Book
It
more
is.
women's
It
matches.
is. It
Book
is.
more black wrestlers. Book more tag team matches. Like,
Yes.
yo, let's get it on and popping with these talented individuals out here.
Shit, I might give the belt to damn Savannah, man. If she
I
take
don't
it,
care
man.
who wins, man. I know this is gonna be a great match. You know, I do want my wife. I mean, Savannah wife. That's
He always screams out his number.
yeah. Every time, I just hope she has a pen and pad like
She
Ashley.
killed that battle cake too.
Yeah.
And Wrestle K, yeah.
She kills it wherever she goes, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
She
man.
killed it at Wannabe Starting Something. So she was originally scheduled at Wannabe Starting Something to fight Masha Slamovich. That was the original match. And Masha unfortunately had to pull out. We couldn't say it at the time,
Fucking
but everybody
Masha.
saw it. Masha got the call from AEW, had to show up.
She was there.
And went down to AEW on the same
it.
night and Wannabe Starting Something.
Yeah.
And so we had to find a last minute replacement. And big ups to Shockey Woodward and Grapple Her Pro Wrestling.
Let's go.
Who had a show the next night on the 14th of August. And he hit us up and he's like, yo, I got Kylan King. She on my show tomorrow, but she gonna be here a day early. If you need her, let me know. And big ups to them. They came through and we ended up being Savannah Evans versus Kylan King. And that match was a banger.
That was a hitter.
That was a
That
banger.
was a hitter,
It's gonna be a
man.
good match though. It's gonna be a match, but I gotta go with Savannah Evans, man. She probably driving to the south, man. Shout out to the boys down there.
Savannah gonna beat my ass for this. I'm gonna say this right now. Savannah gonna beat my ass for this. I love Savannah. Love her dearly. She part of Java Sound, like you said. I've always been on the Savannah train from way back when. But Jordan Blade different.
But Jordan Blake didn't survive the monster ball.
This is true.
Savannah
This is
survived
true.
the monster ball.
This is true. But Jordan Blade out here snapping ankles,
Yep.
snapping knees,
Yo,
snapping tendons.
Pete. You know you booked the show. You ain't supposed to feel like this, right?
Yeah, that's why I put.
I love it though.
But
I love
that's
it.
why. But
There's
that's
energy,
why I
man.
booked these
I
two
love
together
this shit.
because
Love it.
here's the thing. Every time I see Savannah Evans fight somebody,
Yeah.
she either fights somebody smaller than her,
Yeah.
or she fights somebody just as big and powerful and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is a whole different kind of fight for Savannah because Jordan Blade's a very technical wrestler. Jordan Blade has a shoot background,
Yeah.
okay, in grappling
I love
and
that
in
stuff.
martial arts. Okay, Savannah's going to be faced with an entirely different opponent in Jordan Blade that she's ever faced before. And it's going to be a question of, you ain't going to be able to outpower Jordan because Jordan's going to find ways to take out your power. Okay? And so if you don't got the power, what do you got left after that, Savannah? So it's going to be a different side
Oh, man.
of Savannah Evans at this show.
Yo, Pete, you might have to come stand with us. You know what I'm saying? If you're not commentating that, you might have to come stand by us. You feel me? Why this match happens and shit like that. All right, man. We got Prolific also appearing. That it was all a dream. We are wrestling. What's the score for them? We don't know.
A lot's been in the works for that
Okay.
match right now. So right now it's a tag team open challenge match.
Okay.
If you a tag team and you think you want the smoke from Prolific, show up.
They don't want this one.
I
Let's see Shane Teller Promotions in them too. Part two.
I actually got some guys that I think can take the smoke, man.
But
Prolific, man.
Prolific,
Tell
you know that old saying?
House of Pain.
You know that okay?
Shout out
But
to House of Pain.
you know what's an interesting thing though? You know what they say old school? Don't open your mouth if you can't back it up. Don't shoot a shot if you ain't ready to take it
This
back.
man should be on Twitter, bro.
And
This man should be
no.
on Twitter, man.
Prolific shot a shot a couple days ago, and I'm supposed to be getting a phone call tonight
Let's go.
to see what might happen.
Can you three-way me?
But I don't know if you saw it.
Three-way me.
Prolific called out the SAT.
Let's go.
Prolific called out
Let's
the
go.
legendary Maximos.
Let's go.
Who just came back, by the way.
Let's go.
Big shout out.
Let's
Big
go.
shout out to ETU. Expect the
Let's
unexpected.
fucking go.
He just had their first show.
December 3rd, John the Rock was in the motherfucking building. The show was unmotherfucking believable.
You know, I was so blessed to be there for that team in their first show.
That's
but-
and everything else, boy.
The Maximos were there, and they fought the main event. And that was an incredible match.
Shout out to the main event.
The main event, the Battle Club Pro Tag Team Champions.
What are you talking about over there, Black?
How you two main events?
Yeah, there's 2 main events.
You showing you don't want that.
I call him the greatest show.
The greatest show. This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
And the Maximos showed out. The Maximos showed out. It's been a while since they've been back in there, but look like they ain't lost a beat, and they are in the best shape of their lives.
Okay.
Now they said they back. They said they want all the smoke. They called out the Young Bucks at ETU.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you know they ready for the smoke.
Let's go.
Prolific called them out. Now, are they gonna show up? Are they gonna accept the open challenge? I don't know.
Oh man.
But all I'm gonna say is Prolific.
You better not talk that
If
shit.
they
man.
show up,
You better. Yeah.
you best be ready.
Somebody gonna get their ass whipped. Somebody gonna get their ass whipped. Alright, man. You heard it here first.
Prolific is different though, son.
They is.
Different,
But
son.
the Maximos is the father of today's style.
There we go. There we
Okay.
go, man.
Everybody knows when you coming up in New York
I
and
never
New
heard of
Jersey.
the Maximals.
Everybody knows
Wait. They didn't like
the Maximos.
The Maximos.
The Maximo brothers.
The
But they are
Maximos?
called the SAT, the Spanish announce team.
Damn, Black.
Right, the SAT. Okay,
That's when you asked me that
cousins
question the other day.
cousins of the Amazing Red.
Okay.
They all came up together. So if
Okay.
you come up in New York, New Jersey wrestling,
Yeah.
you know the stories of the Amazing Red and the SAT.
You gonna have Crimson come
Okay,
out
the
after.
SAT invented the Spanish Fly.
Yeah.
They invented it.
Yeah.
Right. So
So that's
these
it.
men out here, they are called the fathers of today's style for a reason. And these boys is still out here fighting. And they went out and they fought the main event, one of the best young tag teams
Yeah.
on today's scene.
Let's go.
And they beat them.
Follow
And they
down,
held
go.
them blow for blow.
I love it.
So all I'm saying again, Prolific, you shot the shot. If the Maximos show up this Friday night at Ridgefield Park, you best be ready for the smoke.
Now, speaking of all father, he's on my list, your list, everybody's list.
And if you're not on your list, I come and rewrite your list.
He is Mr. Darius Carter. He will be taking on the Underking himself. Oh, my fault, y'all. You know my notes is bad, man.
The Underground King.
Yeah, Brian Keith, man.
The man with the black halo.
Now,
One
I
of the
like that.
pillars. The pillars
Yeah.
of Texas wrestling. And one of the other pillars of Texas wrestling
Yeah.
has made appearances at Battle Club Pro.
Mhm.
The Mysterious Q.
yeah.
Okay, another one of the pillars
Yeah.
of Texas wrestling.
Talk
But
about
now
it.
you have the Underground King, the new Texas Pro champion. Okay, this man is coming to his Northeast for the first time. This is his debut in the Northeast.
And-
And all I've been hearing on Twitter from people for months. Yo, Brian Keith gotta be everywhere. Brian Keith versus the world. Brian Keith gotta come here. Brian Keith gotta come
He
here.
took that belt from JTG, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He did.
Shout out to Jada God. You already know. Much love to you.
And now he coming to the Northeast for the first time ever.
Now,
At We Are Wrestling.
now,
Darius.
but you're not coming to Darius' house. To
Not with Darius at.
yeah, you're not whipping the
God.
all father.
I mean, somebody did it the last show.
You know what? Don't talk about the last stuff that happened.
We don't bring about Darius Carter.
Oh,
Bad
so we just gonna forget. We just gonna forget about the Lariat Tubman that turned Darius Carter inside out when he faced Trisha Dora. By the way, check out that
Shout out
match
to
right
him.
there.
Awesome.
Darius Carter versus Trisha Dora for the Pan African Diaspora World Championship.
Now,
Trisha's different.
here's my gripe again. She should have been ROH Women's Champion.
I mean, too late for that
I
now,
don't
bro.
care.
Yeah,
Look,
right.
look,
Too late for that now, bro.
Look, I bring up bullshit. You're gonna bring up bullshit. Fuck it, why not, man? Let's do this.
Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
Come on, like
You already know. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I'm Good Brother Bo. Kenneth Stones, Mr. Black in the building, man. The voice of a generation, man. We're talking. We are wrestling. It's all a dream. Fallout. Damn. My fault. Predictions. Excuse me. Players fuck up too. You already know. But again,
come on, Governor.
all right, you trying to get him a good time, Mr. Black. You trying to get him a good time. But fellas, your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard hitting match, but you know my God, Darius Carter, bro.
Darius Carter never disappointed me.
Yeah, man. From the first time I ever, like I said, first time I ever saw him was like one of the first indie matches I ever went to in my life, and I was by myself, and I became a fan.
So you bring up bullshit, man?
Yeah,
We'll always bring it up.
So what,
I
man?
like Darius Carter. I gotta go with him, man. I gotta go with Darius
He hit
Carter.
different.
Yeah.
So I got with Darius Carter too, dogs.
Yeah. Who just recently won another championship belt, man. It's like his 19th belt at the moment, man. I'm going Carter, man. I would like to see my man Keith do his thing.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
He's not coming to Jersey.
I'm gonna keep my head on the swivel because Darius done Yakuza me one time before.
Oh wow.
And he might just again after this one. I'm not betting against the Underground King. I'm not betting against
Shit,
the
you pulled one out your ass, so
I'm taking Brian Keith in his Northeast debut. This man has impressed against
now
every
that's a big thing for him to make his Northeast debut
Against Darius Carter.
against Darius Carter.
Yes.
Big balls for that.
Here.
Yeah, Darius, you know what? Darius usually talks a lot of, as my mom used to say, talks a lot of mierda, right? Usually talks a lot of mierda, but he did say one thing very, very correctly on Twitter when he was talking about this match. There is no better way and no better opponent to introduce yourself to the Northeast against than Darius Carter. Darius Carter deserves to be
the gatekeeper.
everywhere.
He's the gatekeeper right now. I ain't gonna hold you, man.
The fact that Darius Carter is not in Texas, the fact that Darius Carter is not in California, in Florida, in Chicago, in all these places where all these great shows are happening, is literally a crime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he influenced a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah.
You know, some of your favorites. Currently on AEW, beef with Punk.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Come on,
If
talk
you know,
about
you
it,
know.
You mean this?
Oh,
No.
Miz? Oh, we pulling cards here.
No,
I love it, man. I love it.
MJF, Long Island staple. Niggas just be stealing stuff. That's a whole other story for another day, huh?
That was a match. That's a match I wish could happen.
You can
Darius
book it.
Carter
Look,
versus MJF.
Look, you can book it just like you booked this next match. And this is your main event, man.
What is it?
Mercedes Martinez versus my favorite and probably y'all favorite out there, Marsha, man. What's going
Tough
on?
match, man. I can't call it, man.
Yo, Peter, you
I'm
got
not-
right over there, man. You waiting for your time? You waiting for your turn?
I'm not calling
Now,
that.
you know what it is?
It might be bloodshed the hard way.
Marsha's gonna kill.
This is
Mercedes gonna kill her too.
I like
though.
Mercedes.
Might be a double homicide.
Oh, man. That's 4 bodies I be counting.
Dang.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I already know how vicious this match is gonna be, but
You from New York. You like
no,
blood
here's
guts
why.
and shit.
Here's why. Big shout out. So when I first came up with this match, I actually first dreamed about this match back in the summer of this past year, and I couldn't get it to happen for the first show. So I said, you know what? Definitely on the first match I wanted to put together for the second show. So the first phone calls I made were to Masha and Mercedes back in August, late August, early October. September, right after the first show. And they both signed on the dotted line. We got it done. And I was like, yo, why ain't nobody done this match?
Yeah, you doing
This is
it.
a match that gotta be done.
You doing it.
And you know what? There are some very smart minds in independent wrestling.
Yeah.
And there are a bunch of smart minds that run a company in Pennsylvania called Hybrid Wrestling. And there are some smart individuals over there. Shout out to Hybrid Wrestling. They got to it. And they actually did this match. They did Monster. This is the rematch, by the way.
It's
This
cool.
is
Look,
Ali
look.
Frazier 2.
Look, if you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
Now
This
you
Ali
do it.
Frazier 2.
Let's go.
So you can imagine, and I saw the first match, how vicious that match was. But now,
Might be a death.
imagine this. Understand that Masha Slamovich lost that first match against Mercedes Martinez.
So we got
And it's not many times
You gotta grab
that you see Masha in the ring against somebody and Masha coming out on the losing end.
You fact.
So Masha was staring up at the lights back at Hybrid Wrestling. And so now we are wrestling. It's going to be a whole different Masha against Mercedes.
Yeah.
But Mercedes the OG, the Brass City OG.
Brass City.
Right? Mercedes been in that Impact locker room scouting Masha. She know all about Masha from back in the day.
Facts, knockout,
She
knockout.
done forgot more things than Masha know. And that's no disrespect to Masha. That's just respect to how long Mercedes been in the game.
Yeah.
Right? So this is going to be one hell of a match.
gonna be.
I don't know who wins this match. I
feel
don't want to
like
pick
I feel
somebody.
like I'm on commentary with you right now.
I
feel like it right now.
I
man.
kind of feel like
Come
this
on.
is one of those matches that we used to sit there and chant, fight forever.
Yeah.
Because these two are just going,
Forever.
what is it going to take for Masha to put Mercedes down? And what's it going to take for Mercedes to put Masha down for the second time?
You sold me that. I
That's
don't
the
give a fuck
question.
who won, man.
Yeah.
You definitely sold me that,
man.
man.
Doesn't matter who wins, man.
Now,
Make
we're gonna be
sure.
there. We're gonna be
We
there.
all winning with this match.
We're gonna be there with our own commentary as always.
You already know. Now, Pete, we love you and we appreciate you. Now, again, man, you're doing something big, man. You're bringing the culture together. You're making it cool again. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Keep working, man.
Yes.
Keep doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got it, brother. You got it, man. Look, your second show, man. You got it, man.
You know, it was all a dream. This is really what it is for me. You know, come through Richfield Park, New Jersey, Friday, December 10th. The bell time is 8 o'clock, so you're gonna want to get there early. If you bought yourself a front row VIP ticket, you're gonna want to get there early.
Hold on. Tell them where they can find the
information.
Oh! All the tickets on Eventbrite.
Yeah.
All the tickets are on Eventbrite right now. You go to any one of our social media channels, Instagram, We Are Wrestling 1, Twitter, Wrestling_WE. Right? You can find the ticket links on all them websites. It's the pinned tweet on our Twitter. It's in the link in our bio on Instagram. I know Jabba got the link out as well. All the sponsors got the link out as well. Check it out. You know, if you want on Facebook, go to the Facebook page. The link is there. You can buy your tickets, and if you buy them in advance, you're going to get a discount. Because if you buy them at the door, you're going to pay a little bit more.
Exactly.
But I'm going to tell you right now, there is no ticket price that you're going to pay for this show that ain't going to be worth it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be one of the most talked about indie shows. When it's all said and done,
better than Khaled. He's giving us more.
it's going to be one of the most talked about indie shows. And if you want to prep yourself, go on the Title Match Wrestling Network right now and check out Wanna Be Starting Something. If you sign up for Title Match, $9.99 for 1 month, you get a week free.
Yeah.
And if you sign up for a whole year, $99.99 for the whole year, you get 2 months free. So sign up for Title Match Wrestling Network. You can catch Battle Club Pro on there.
Do that for IWTV. Do that for
Oh yeah, you can do it on IWTV. Listen, we not on IWTV.
Do that too. Do that too, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, man.
We may not be on IWTV, but I fucks heavy with IWTV. I don't tell nobody. When I started We Are Wrestling, the first night I stood in that ring and I told everybody this is truly an inclusive and collaborative company. And I believe in that word collaboration. We can all eat like Mr. Black said.
Yeah.
This ain't about competition. Yeah, we got 80 million different wrestling companies, but we don't got to compete against each other, right? This is why I'm doing work with Invictus Wrestling. This is why I do work with Battle Club Pro, with Pro Wrestling Magic, with everybody else. We not trying to take anybody off the table. We all working together. So guess what? I fucks with everybody that's on IWTV.
You heard it here
I watch GCW. I watch all the other stuff that's on IWTV. And I watch all the stuff that's on Title Match Wrestling Network.
Kofi's looking at you shocked like, yo, this
I
other guy I know that wears a suit.
I watch it.
I
watch it all. I tell fans all the time, I don't care what you watch, as long as you're watching us too. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
You already know. Again, yo, we love and we appreciate you, man. Mr. Black, man.
Man.
You know how that shit go, man.
Come on, man. Like, everybody knows where to find me by now.
Oh, man. Everybody knows where to find me, man.
Kids on deck, man. We got my man D-Vibe. Again, follow the Fallout Shelter, man. I am the good brother Bowl.
Your boy Kendall Stones, Kofi Weaston.
I like that action. No.
Oh, they don't
When
like
I'm
that?
here, I'm gonna do it, man.
All right, let's go.
This guy here.
You know, the governor,
The guy here.
Bowl,
You already know.
the people's favorite weed strain, coffee. Weed! You know, the voice of the generation, Peter.
Let's go.
You know, Mr. Black, Mr. I love that weed, baby.
Yeah.
I love it. The DirtyHeelz. Let's go. Bang, support independent wrestling. We are bang. December 10th, it's all a dream. Support, like, subscribe, comment, Everbright. Get your tickets now. Oh, yeah.
This has been fucking Dirty Needles approved, motherfuckers.